So continuing on the MSBT exam problems, so let's take the first variation, and again we are going to talk about type 3 problems, which includes variance SD and CV, standard deviation SD and coefficient of variance CV. Again, an important topic, and this is a continuation video, so I request you to check my first part on this video before you jump on that, where I've discussed at exam level what should be the strategy and how important this topic is. Okay, let's talk about the first variation like I discussed in the previous video. So I've extracted all the questions which are similar, where we are going to get this for 2 marks, and we'll be given out of the 3 parameters, we'll be given 2 parameters, which is the first parameter is mean, the second is SD, and the third is CV. So out of these 3 things, you would have been given 2 of the values, and then we need to find the third value. That will be the same pattern across all the examinations, and it typically comes for 2 marks in the question 1, and we can knock it off because it's an easy 2 marks. And I've solved all the problems, and I'll explain this, and I've also explained this in detail when I was trying to explain the theoretical concept for the CV. So I'll keep my pace brisk here. So always remember one thing, that the variance, SD, coefficient of variation, all are related to mean and all are interrelated. For all of this, you need to calculate the mean first, and from mean you will calculate the in a way you'll calculate the variance, and from variance you'll calculate the SD. So it should be like the sequence should be mean, variance, SD, and then coefficient of variance. That's going to be the right sequence, right? So all of them are related and it depends on mean. So that's the fundamental aspect of, for any type of variation of problem within these 3, variance, SD or CV, mean is the most important ingredient of the calculation, okay? And for CV, the coefficient of variation, it's always expressed in percentage. It does not have the units. If you remember from the theoretical episode, it does not have a unit because we are going to divide. It's a ratio of 2 numbers, which is SD, standard deviation, over the mean, and this is the symbol for standard deviation. So don't get confused. If you don't remember, simply remember that's a ratio of coefficient of variation. CV is a ratio of SD over X bar, that is standard deviation over the mean. That's a formula. And now let's see different variations quickly, and it's a simple calculation. And again, the final unit should be in percentage because you're going to multiply by 100. Okay, so the first part is what is given to us. If the mean is 82, so mean is given and standard deviation is given, SD is given, and we need to find CV. Okay, we need to find this. So it's a simple straightforward formula. You write the formula first, then you substitute the values. So it's going to be a ratio of SD over mean. That means SD is 7 over 82, 7 over 82 multiplied by 100. And if you calculate, you're going to get 8.5%. This is more important because it's expressed in percentage because you're multiplying it by 100. Even the next problem, the same story. They're given the mean, they're given the SD, and we need to find the CV. Same formula, you apply the ratio and you get the answer in percentage as 14.49%. Again, summer 2018 problem, a slight variation where this time they're given us the CV in terms of percentage. They're given us the SD and we need to find the mean. So it's a slightly different sub variation, but same formula. So you write the formula first. So what we have is we need to find the mean. So we need to find the denominator, X bar we have to find. This is the question mark, okay? So we have this and we have this. So you put the numbers in the formula and we need to find the X bar. So just cross multiply. When you cross multiply and take the X bar here, the 75 becomes in the denominator, and when you do that, you get the answer as 32. And there is no unit to that. You can just write units because we don't know whether it's a marks or an age. There is no unit given, so you can just write 32 units because it's not going to be percentage. The percentage is given. You can just write mean is equal to 32 units. If the given units were marks, it could be marks. If it was age, it could be age. It could be anything. So if you want, you can leave it as 32, or if you want, you can just write 32 units. That's it. This is the slight different variation over here. And another variation is they're given the CV this time. They're given the CV, they're given the mean, and you need to find the SD over here, right? So again, same formula, and this time we need to find the numerator. Numerator is equal to question mark, right? So we substitute the values. We know that we need to have a numerator, so we bring the numerator on the other side and cross multiply, and then we get this value over here. And again, this is going to be 3 units. whatever is the unit. We don't know the units. Standard deviation will have the units. Okay, and that's how we solve. So that's pretty much how you solve this first kind of a variation on this type 3 problem on variance, SD, and coefficient of variation. And this is always going to come for 2 marks. So make a note of that, write the formula, and then just put it in the percentage. That's how you calculate. Now let's see the second variation in the next episode.